This might actually be my favorite deck in the current standard metagame, and I gotta say, it feels really great to finally make a defender deck or a wall deck with cards that I basically would have never played with if not for exactly in this deck in particular. Especially with the additions of the Convoke mechanic, it really gives a lot of value to these defender cards that are, for the most part, not very good cards by themselves. So if you want more info on the exact strategy of this deck and every card, what their role is in this deck, go ahead and check out my previous video. But today I'm here to talk about the bad matchup, mostly mono white, since it's the matchup that I faced the most with this deck, and it's the matchup that has felt the most difficult, and I would say it is a bad matchup. But that does not mean that you can't turn it into an even, if not good matchup. The thing with this deck is that it's in the right colors to be able to threaten mono white and other decks that can really cause problems. So mostly you lose to like sweeper tribal, basically like any control deck that has like a ton of sweepers. That's what's going to cause you the most problems. But luckily for us, we are both in white and blue, which are both of the colors that help you gain an edge against sweepers. Number one, we have the card Invasion of Gobakon, which allows you to delay sweepers by taxing them for 2, as you can see on the front side. And the back side gives you additional stats, so it's really good at like scaling up your flyers at the end of your end step, at the beginning of your end step, I mean. And then you can also sack it, and your creatures gain hexproof and indestructible, which is really good against destruction-based slash damage-based sweepers, which is not always going to be the case. Like against mono white, they have Farewell, they have the new sweeper, the new 5-mana exile sweeper, so that can be a problem. But this still protects you in the situation where they have a depopulate, which is really good. And even then, it still scales up your creatures, so it's already a beneficial effect. And then, obviously, in blue, we've got counter magic, and that is the main way you beat mono white. Mono white is very, very vulnerable to counter magic. It is a deck that has no way to counteract counter spells. Like they have to run into it. They have a lot of expensive spells, so being able to tempo them out with a counter spell, especially one like Amalgam that you can fetch off the Knight Errant of Eos, although I do cut some of these post sideboard, but I'm not sure about the sideboard plan yet. I'm still working on that. But it does feel like Overcharged Amalgam plus Knight is a really good combination. We also have the Artistic Refusal. So essentially what I'm trying to say is that once you start stacking counter magic, invasion, maybe wedding announcement if you want to go even further, like if you're afraid of mono white, there are many ways to counteract that. And that's what I find to be really strong about this list and really strong about this color combination in general, is that once you find your game plan, you can add tech cards that are very available to you in these colors to counteract the bad matchups that would otherwise be almost unwinnable, I would say. Even a card like Fairy Mastermind is a menace against mono white because it's a 2/1 flash flyer. They have trouble dealing with flash creatures because most of their answers are sorcery speed. They don't have that many flying blockers either. So flash flyer, and whenever they draw their second card each turn, draw a card, that is extremely good against Bankbuster, against Wedding Announcement sometimes, and against the land that draws 2. And you can also give them a card by activating the ability. 4 mana, each player draws a card, and you'll draw 2 cards at the end of their end step. For example, if you want to proc it then. This card is just fantastic against mono white. So essentially my entire sideboard, most of my sideboard is dedicated towards mono white at this point, because I correctly figured out that it was probably the worst matchup for this deck. Now, there is another matchup that is theoretically very difficult that I have not faced, and I do think there is counterplay to, and that is soldiers. I do feel like soldiers could be a massive problem, mostly because of Harbin giving everything flying, but then again, it's not like we don't have our own flyers in Wingmantle Chaplain that will bring you a bunch of birds on your side. So there is some counterplay there already naturally. But the most important thing to have against soldiers would be a card like Brutal Cathar, which is a card that I've been considering for a long time here. And I think I'm going to start adding it to the deck, maybe instead of Ossification. But I do feel like grabbing a removal spell off of Knight Errant of Eos could be extremely valuable. And I do feel like Brutal Cathar should be in the deck for that specific reason. So there is that. There's also Elish Norn, which can be a huge problem for soldiers as they have to deal damage, and they usually don't have mana to hold up. It could start really dealing a lot of damage and allowing you to potentially race them. But for the most part, the problem is Harbin. So the best thing we can do against that is just you know, have enough brutal cathars and enough removal in general where they can't assemble a board state that's that wide, or you just have chaplain. You can also play the new first strike lifelink, which I think is also a consideration. There are many things to do against soldiers. I do think it's still I would say soldiers is a harder matchup than mono white because it requires more cards. I do think this card's really good. You can have a flying first strike lifelinker, which can be extremely difficult for them to deal with. I think there are many ways to tackle that matchup, but as I don't have experience against it yet, I can't really showcase what I would do exactly. I would have to play a little bit more against it, but I'm here to talk about mono white specifically since I faced that matchup a few times already, and I have a really good grasp on how to face mono white as I am a player of mono white myself. So yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there, and yeah, I'll showcase the match in a second here. But yeah, hope this is informational and helps you guys out if you are planning on playing this deck. But yeah, that's gonna do it for me. Enjoy the match. Finally, 7-card hand keep. It's been a while. It's been a minute. Especially a hand that actually looks decent, but still a little bit awkward. Like, this is not a perfect hand, but I'll just take my 3 lands and call it a day. Okay, maybe a little bit too top end heavy, but again, lands are like probably the most important thing that you can have in this matchup. I mean, especially in this matchup, I'm saying like in general, you can do a lot with mana. I love the flexibility, and this is why I wanted more counter spells. I don't even care about that though. I care about sweepers. But I have so many count. Maybe I should have countered that anyways. Drawing here is kind of good though. I wanted land so bad. I don't know. What am I looking to counter with this? Probably not wedding announcement. I think trying to counter wedding announcement is not correct. But maybe it was. I don't know. I was hoping to draw land. Basically, if I draw the land there, I think it would have been a good situation. Now I'm not sure. I think I will counter that though. Okay, yeah, I'm getting punished, but not because it was my fault, really. I think it was a good play, just didn't get rewarded for it. It is what it is. Now I'm way too far behind. Yeah, mono white is a nightmare. I really regret not countering now, but too late. Way too late. Sorcery speed?
Run away.
Interesting.
You'll be safer. We've got the edge in this fight.
Alright, it's time, maybe. Yeah, it might be time here. It might be time. If I can stabilize this board, I think we have a chance. I have to go all in. I'm literally all in, and this is my only chance to come back. Oh god, that is so disappointing, but whatever. If I survive this turn, it is a win. If I do not, it is a loss. It looks like a win. If they're exiling that, I think it's a win.
This is what you get for hurting my
Essentially. The order was wrong in case to hit a sweeper. If I can lock them with a double amalgam, this is looking really good though. That's why I didn't want to counter this, because I feel like there are cards that give them a higher chance of winning, and notably Reckoner Bankbuster was one of those cards. The birds are a menace here. I don't know about attacking. I really don't like attacking here. Could potentially trade one of my knights off. That does feel pretty bad. It also gives me less convoke power. I should play this.
See you later.
Hey, actually, it's kind of interesting. Should I play it? I think I should, because it gives me access to 6 plus 4. That's the only reason I'm doing it, because otherwise I feel like it's actually not great. Yeah, I feel like I have to counter that. So that's what I'm gonna do. No, 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 no. I guess I might as well just use that then. What the? Why are you leaving white up? What is wrong with you? Okay, I can't sack. Oh, now I have 6 again. Oh, but I could have 6. Yeah, interesting. I think I just sack a bulwark then. I already have. Yep. I have so many counter spells now. So they have to find 2 sweepers in a row, 3 sweepers in a row without me killing them, which is, I think, maybe possible. I don't know. I mean, that's a flyer. I might as well counter it. I don't think anything else is relevant anyways. They can't hit a sweeper here. And this does stop my damage a little bit. I feel like Chaplain is just not better than Mirax, because I can't hold up Amalgam. Could be wrong, but I feel like I value this way more. That's really good for me. That's fantastic. They're going for lethal, which I think is a really... So 10... And I need lethal in the air. Oh wait, was that lethal? I did not even... Like, I didn't even consider that they would let me attack for lethal here, but I think it is. 6, 10, 17. That was actually... I can't believe it. Okay. Anyways, it's still technically a win. I just have to delay it by 1 turn. So 8, 10, 13, and I have 7 in the air, so that would be... I think I can just afford to full swing here. There's no way to kill both of these. Yeah. There's no way to kill both of these and my Amalgam as well through counter magic. It's impossible. But I can't I can't believe they didn't. I didn't even consider that was an option where I just have lethal because they attack. They they play a land? I don't think they did. Wait, but they can't play a land and a sweeper. Okay, never mind. Just to be safe, I'll stack a flyer. Alright, mono white round 2. Yeah, the first Miss Lethal was extremely big brain, so I don't uh really care that much that I missed it. This one was a little bit easier to see, but my autopilot doesn't allow me to find lethal when my opponent just attacks all on a lethal board state. It's not really something I think about. Wait, does that mean I'm cutting all the knights? It's so weird. It's so counterproductive. Because I said I wanted more amalgams because of that. Actually, I don't love Ledger Shredder. But still Flyer. I kind of have too many cards for this matchup now. A little bit troubling. Now I know why I want Cathar, because it's a removal spell you can get off of Knight, and I do feel like that is relevant. Alright, maybe we say... Is it Screw the Knight? Or screw this? I feel like this card is just fine, but... It takes a while to get going. Maybe on the draw I cut one of them. And then I would also cut... Honestly, Laurent just doesn't feel impactful. It could. I think against Bankbuster. Do we need Shredder? I don't think we do, but it's also a flyer. I'm okay with cutting a Shredder though. Like I'm okay with that. I could see that as a potential cut both of them and play another Knight or another Refusal. Cut all the cards that are bad for sweepers. I don't know. I'm still undecided on if I have to cut Chaplain or not. Sometimes it feels really good. Oh, why did I keep... Oh, I wanted to press the Oh my god. Whatever. It's up to Faith now. The Fate, I mean. Fate. Alright, land on land. I don't know. Maybe. I don't even have white. Oh, but Larder time. Save me, Larder Zombie! Larder Zombie guided my cursor to the keep button. That's what happened. The Prophet gets me a white land here. Call it a day. Do I have to upkeep? Oh, I didn't even have time. Lame. I mean, it's still kind of fine. Kinda. I mean, this hand sucks though. The problem is this hand kind of sucks past the night. That's the issue. The knight is gonna be the main way I potentially make my way back, but I need like Larder. Oh wait, I can't attack. I mean, I can't tap. They have double attacking tokens. Yes. Okay. So it is kind of risky. I do two actually, right? Because three doesn't. I mean, three does do something, but it's not that relevant. It's only. It would only be Laurent. Okay, I didn't hit it. Larder Bulwark. Or weird. A weird could be clutch. I feel like Bulwark is just not better than weird. It's funny that I'm actually in this game from a one land keep, Larder carry, but once they find a sweeper, I'm just kind of out. Wait, who's out? Who let the dogs out? Maybe I mean, at this point, I just go all in, right? Like literally, no other game plan. Oh, there we go. See, that's why I wanted overcharge amalgam. Jesus, I have trouble like pronouncing that thing. Um, I already have a weird. I need a land, and to get that land, I think I'm just I'm all in, right? Like I'm literally all in. What else am I doing? Good. There's no point in not playing these because it allows me to potentially get a land, and then that will kind of lock up the game, I think. Oh no, it wouldn't, because this is a 4-5. Okay, never mind. Maybe that was a bad play then. No, but if they sweep, they lose their 4-5 as well, so it's actually not that bad. And then I go Chaplain, Chaplain. That's not bad. Oh, they have it. Oh, they have it. You bet your ass they do. That's okay. Just to get my land that was on top. Unfortunate. Depop. That's actually worse than Farewell. Alright, double Chaplain. Ah, it's tough. I just needed to untap there. But even if I untap, I wasn't that good of a spot. I think I shouldn't have developed both of those. I don't think well, actually, here's the problem. If that's not a land on top, and I develop two, I can't even surveil for the next land. It does feel pretty bad. This second wedding announcement is a problem, but I will be able to get rid of the first one or the second one, depends. Okay, I have a flash hand. This is actually not a bad hand. I need Invasion of Goblin. Invasion of Goober. It would have worked out. If I didn't play this and this, it would have actually worked out better. But I was kind of all in anyway. Like, I felt like I was not in a good spot. Ooh. Well, I have a kill for that, actually. It's not that bad. But that means I'm keeping Wedding Announcement up, which may or may not be a problem. Give me that. Invasion of Goober! Yes! I kind of need to hold the counter spell up. No, I can just do weird and yeah, whatever. I have to dodge a sweeper. The second sweeper is death. One of the reasons maybe killing Elesh Norn was actually wrong. Okay, they have the flyer. That's annoying. Very annoying. They have the 3/4. Alright, this looks over. No Cathar for me. Once it gets to this point. I mean, it's not completely over. I do have double Chaplain. As long as I keep drawing defenders, maybe? Depends what they have. Nothing. Okay. Nothing is interesting. I think it's actually... Interesting. How do I do this, though? So bad. The fact that I have two objectives to kill is really bad. Which one is worse? I think Elspeth is actually not as bad. Maybe. I don't know. No, it is bad. Maybe go triple on Elspeth and then this. That actually doesn't sound too bad. Yeah, I think they're gonna stop me from flipping the Goober. Yeah, actually, no, I can't win this. Let's just move on. There's no winning this. Even if I get infinite 1/1s, I have literally nothing I can do. I'd rather just keep cut it short here. Like, there's no way I'm beating draw 2, replay, draw 2 again into another draw. Like, they're just gonna hit something. Like, at some point I just lose. I don't have the mana to develop and hold up counterspell to a point where it's relevant on the battlefield. They're running Elspeth. I think I'll run another knight instead of Shreddy. Alright, it wasn't a good keep either way. I just misclicked. Larger zombie screwed me. But isn't that just better than draw 2? I don't think so. The draw 2 is instant speed, allows me to hold counterspell, and also it's cheaper. But it's mostly because it allows me to hold counterspell. This is like a tempo matchup. And also knight doesn't do anything on empty board. There's too many reasons. Like mono white on empty board, they just screw me pretty hard. So I'd rather have a card that's good in more situations. This flood is not going to be good though. Not at all. I have to be mana efficient. No way around it. Yep. Well, that's good. See what Knight would have done here? Like, just terrible. I'm gonna lose, I think, unfortunately. The flooding is really rough in this matchup. Like, I can't really afford to. Okay, counter magic. Now I have to race a wedding announcement, which is not gonna be easy. But I have to start dealing damage every turn. Otawara. If I end up protecting and I play Otawara, I can cast Meeting of the Minds, but I don't know if that's correct. Losing access to this does seem dangerous. It does seem dangerous, but at the same time, that upside is really relevant, I think. Yeah, I think the upside is too high. Tempo, 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 tempo. It lets me potentially activate Fairy Mastermind as well. Okay. Okay. That's actually perfect. Info is huge here. Okay. Is what it is. Actually fine. Delays by a lot, and then I can play around the Elvish Norn now. The Elvish Norn is going to screw me pretty hard, but I do have a bunch of flyers. I won't be getting any more, but then they're going to get Elspeth. It is a problem, but I do... Oh no, Amalgam doesn't work. It's actually... Yeah, but I can't. Farewell is just auto loss. Never mind. I don't have a choice. It's stuck between a rock and a hard place. And unfortunately, I have to pick the hard place instead of the rock. So actually, that doesn't even make sense, but you get what I mean. Just imagine. I can play... The good news is I can play a 3/3 that becomes decent. The Elspeth is gonna screw me so hard. Oh boy. I get a 3/3. That's the only good news, is that I get a 3/3. I might as well just... I guess I just go all in and then... Or is activating this actually better? It's kind of interesting. What could I possibly get that... So destroy evil. I could draw into a counterspell. Wait. They play this, they give flying. I don't know. I'm not sure. Between drawing... Well, either way, it's on their turn. I don't think playing this Bulwark does anything. Let's say I activate triple. Go triple activate. Oh, maybe triple activate is actually good. I'm gonna play it. Screw it. So maybe I just play this. And I have a 3/3. So they can only block one flyer, which means I get 7 guaranteed damage. And then I have 3/3/3, 4, and 1. Which means that they triple block the 4. So it's -10. Then I have 3 and 1. 3 and 1 is 4 plus 7 is actually lethal. But if they have nothing, I think this is lethal. God, that vigilance. He's... Oh, they have something, right? Oh no, it's the... Okay. Possibly the Reliquary, which is putting a stop here. I think they were better off making a lifelinker. No, I think they lose the game if they make a lifelinker. I think they're screwed either way. They have to hope I miss lethal. If they make a lifelinker, I can just attack the Elspeth and then attack face and they're screwed. Like, I don't have to attack. And then these grow bigger. It's just spiraling out of control. I think this is lethal, and if it's not, I'll take the L. I don't have a choice anyways. Could have countered the flying too. Can't counter anything. What are you talking about? Otherwise, this would be an easy game if I could counter. I think I did the math correctly. I could be wrong. Like, this was quick math, and it's nearing the end of the day for me, so my brain is my capacity to think is definitely dwindling now. I mean, they might have something too, though. Who knows? Oh, they have something. No. Okay, well, wait. No lethal? It is. Damn. Oh my god, I hate mono white. It's so hard, but got there in the end. This deck is fun and good. I like it. If you enjoy my content and would like to help me keep making it, consider supporting me over on Patreon, where you'll get access to a bunch of bonus videos, as well as other rewards depending on the tiers. And thank you so much to all the lovely patrons that are already subscribed. I appreciate it very much. And I will see you all in the next video.